Stop being nice to women. Do this instead. Stoic love, old Stoic wisdom. Have you ever stopped to think that being too nice might be undermining your relationships rather than strengthening them? Many men believe that their kindness and good behavior are their ticket to success in love and relationships. However, being overly nice can often backfire. In today's discussion, we're going to challenge the common nice guy narrative and introduce you to a profound perspective rooted in ancient Stoicism. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy that focuses on wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, offers a compelling alternative to being just nice. The philosophy teaches us that simply being agreeable doesn't create lasting connections. In fact, excessive niceness can sometimes create a lack of real respect and lead to a shallow relationship. What the Stoics suggest instead is that we should aim to be just, wise, and courageous in our interactions, traits that go far beyond the surface level of niceness. When you embody these Stoic virtues, you build authentic respect and emotional depth, which are the foundations of a fulfilling relationship. By practicing Stoicism, you'll learn how to approach relationships with a sense of balance. Instead of only trying to please or avoid conflict, you'll act with wisdom and integrity, which is far more attractive and effective in building a strong connection. To quote the great Roman Stoic Seneca, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." In relationships, don't waste your time being overly nice. Focus on what truly matters: wisdom, respect, and authenticity. So, whether you've ever wondered why your kindness doesn't seem to get the results you want, or you're eager to improve your relationships through Stoic principles, this video is your guide to understanding the real approach to attracting and maintaining meaningful connections. If this resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe for more content rooted in wisdom, and share this video with anyone who could benefit from Stoic love and relationships. Let's dive in. Number 1. Avoid waiting for applause. Stop waiting for applause. Many men make the mistake of constantly reminding others of how nice they are, hoping for recognition. But true strength comes from kindness without needing validation. As Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you help someone expecting praise, you're handing over your peace." The Stoics believed in doing good for its own sake. Imagine helping a friend move all day and not receiving a thank you. If you did it for recognition, you'd feel resentment. But if you did it because it was right, you'd feel content regardless of acknowledgement. The same goes for how you treat women. If you're nice with the expectation of affection or attention, you're operating from insecurity, not confidence. True kindness comes from inner strength. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you while you live. While it is in your power, be good." Reflect on your motivations. Are you kind because you care, or to gain something in return? Start practicing selflessness and let your actions speak for themselves. By doing good without seeking applause, you align with Stoic principles and build confidence from within. Don't wait for recognition. Be the man who commands respect through who he truly is. Number 2, don't lead with your wallet. In the pursuit of attracting women, it's easy to think that flaunting your wealth will give you an edge, but that's a misguided approach. Yes, financial stability is attractive, but it's the person behind the money that truly matters. Take your fancy car, for example. While you might think it signals success, it's the man who steps out of it that leaves a lasting impression. A luxury car doesn't automatically transform you from a nice guy into a confident partner. True confidence and self-worth are not derived from external possessions, but from within, as Stoicism teaches. Marcus Aurelius, a key Stoic figure, wisely said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means your character and the way you carry yourself speak volumes far beyond any material wealth. Confidence, humility, and self-respect far outweigh any display of luxury. Now, imagine 2 scenarios. First, you pick up your date in your high-end car, dressed in your designer clothes and sporting a flashy watch. But your conversation revolves around your expensive tastes, the places you've been, and the things you've bought. Contrast that with a second scenario where you drive a modest car, wear simple yet well-kept clothes, and engage in meaningful conversation, truly listening to your date, showing genuine curiosity about her thoughts and feelings. Which one is more likely to leave a deeper, lasting impression? It's the second one, the one where your personal character shines through. Relying on your financial status to attract women can backfire. Women, like anyone else, can sense when someone is trying to buy their affection, and that doesn't come off as genuine. It feels insincere and superficial. Real, lasting connections are built on who you are, not on what's in your bank account. Instead of leaning on your wallet, focus on cultivating inner virtues, integrity, kindness, resilience, qualities that resonate far deeper than any material possession. These virtues form the foundation of true attractiveness and will help you create meaningful, authentic relationships. By embracing Stoicism, you shift the focus from what you own to who you are. Your worth is not measured by your possessions, but by your character. So, put aside the designer labels and the need to boast about your assets. Instead, work on your personal growth, and you'll find not only a greater connection with women, but also a deeper sense of fulfillment and peace in your own life. The pursuit of genuine self-worth leads to a life that is truly rich, not in material terms, but in meaningful, lasting connections. Stop leading with your wallet, lead with your character. True confidence doesn't come from possessions, but from who you are. Embrace your inner virtues and watch how women respond to your authentic self. If you agree, drop a comment right now. I am the man who values character over possessions. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remind yourself daily. Real strength comes from within, not from what you own. Number 3. Don't hide who you are. Gentlemen, let's cut to the chase. Too many nice guys make the mistake of suppressing their true selves when they're around women, trying to mold themselves into something they think is more desirable. They believe that if they show the right amount of kindness, avoid any bad boy traits, and play the part of the perfect gentleman, they'll win her over. But here's the truth. This strategy contradicts the core of Stoic philosophy and leads you down the wrong path. As a Stoic, the goal is to live authentically, to embrace your true nature, flaws and all. Think about how you behave when you're with your friends. You're lively, confident, relaxed. You crack jokes, share stories, and don't worry about being judged. That's the real you. And let me tell you, that is attractive. Women are drawn to authenticity. They want to be around someone who's genuine, who is comfortable with themselves, and who can engage in real conversations without pretending. But here's where many nice guys go wrong. The moment they're with someone they're attracted to, they put on an act. They become overly passive, trying so hard to be agreeable, avoid any hint of arrogance, or suppress their natural inclinations. They try too hard to please and fit into the mold of what they think women want. It never works. Women can sense this inauthenticity. They can tell when you're not being yourself. And guess what? They're not interested in someone who's just trying to please them, who's pretending to be something they're not. Women want to be around someone who has something interesting to say, who's not afraid to laugh and share his true thoughts. Remember the last time you hung out with your friends? How easy was the conversation? How much fun did you have just being yourself? Now, think about the last date you were on, where you felt the need to agree with everything she said or avoided talking about your passions because you feared she might not be interested. That's draining. It's exhausting to pretend. And here's the kicker. It's unsustainable. You can't keep up an act forever, and sooner or later she'll notice. That's not the foundation of a healthy, real connection. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, nailed this. He wrote in his Meditations, "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." This timeless advice applies directly to your relationships. When you hide your true self, you are disrespecting your own integrity. And in the process, you're creating a relationship built on dishonesty. That's not the path to real love. So, stop pretending. Stop trying to be the version of yourself that you think will win her over. Instead, embrace your authentic self. Be the man you truly are. If she doesn't appreciate you for who you are, then it wasn't meant to be. But more likely than not, when you stop dimming your light and show the world the real you, you'll attract the right kind of attention. The kind of attention that's based on genuine connection, not superficiality. And that's the kind of relationship that lasts. Remember this, gentlemen. True power lies in authenticity. Don't let the world trick you into being someone you're not. Be the best version of yourself by being yourself, unapologetically, unashamedly, and authentically. Let your true self shine through and watch as the world and the women you attract respond to the strength of your honesty. So here's your challenge. Comment below, I am my true self, unapologetically. Like this video, subscribe, and let's continue to grow together on this journey of Stoic love, wisdom, and self-mastery. Number 4, embrace rejection as growth. One of the biggest mistakes many men, especially those who consider themselves the nice guys, make is viewing rejection as a personal failure. When a woman turns them down, they often take it as a direct blow to their self-worth, questioning what went wrong, doubting their appeal, or even doubting their very identity. This mindset, however, is a trap. The Stoics, the ancient philosophers who lived by wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, saw rejection through an entirely different lens. To them, rejection was not something to dread or shrink from. Instead, it was an opportunity to grow and become stronger. In the Stoic view, life's challenges, including rejection, are not signs of failure but invitations for personal growth. The key to Stoic philosophy is to build emotional resilience by accepting that things will not always go our way, but how we respond defines us. Rejection should be seen not as a personal attack but as a reflection of compatibility or lack thereof. It is not a reflection of your value as a person. A woman's refusal does not diminish your worth, nor does it define your ability to be loved or valued. Instead, it simply indicates that the connection wasn't right at that moment, and that's okay. By reframing rejection in this way, you begin to free yourself from the crippling fear of it. Instead of letting it shake your confidence, you can turn it into a valuable learning experience. The more you face rejection with grace and composure, the more attractive you become, not because you're unaffected by it, but because you show the strength and maturity to handle it with dignity. Women are drawn to men who possess emotional strength, men who don't let a single no shatter their self-esteem or their sense of direction. They admire men who move forward with resilience, who don't let setbacks define them. In fact, every time you face rejection and continue moving forward, you're building something far more powerful than just a win with one individual. You're cultivating the resilience and emotional mastery that make you a better man overall. This ability to handle adversity, particularly in the context of relationships, is a defining characteristic of a Stoic mindset. It is not that you don't care about rejection, but rather that you choose not to let it control you or diminish your value. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When faced with rejection, instead of allowing it to stand in your way, embrace it as a stepping stone. Let it propel you forward on your path to becoming the best version of yourself. Rejection, then, is not something to fear, but something to learn from, an integral part of your personal growth. So, how do you deal with rejection? Do you let it derail your confidence, or do you embrace it as an opportunity to grow stronger? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss how the Stoic approach can transform the way we view rejection and help us become stronger, more resilient men. Remember, growth doesn't come from avoiding discomfort. It comes from embracing it and learning from the challenges we face. If you agree with the power of embracing rejection, drop a comment right now. Rejection is my stepping stone to greatness. Like this video, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and remember, resilience is not about avoiding rejection, it's about rising stronger every time you face it. Number 5. Develop self-sufficiency. In the pursuit of building meaningful relationships, One of the most overlooked yet powerful lessons from Stoicism is the principle of self-sufficiency. Many men, especially those who fall into the nice guy category, tend to seek constant validation from others, particularly women. They believe that by being overly agreeable and pleasing, they will win approval, admiration, and affection. Yet, Stoicism teaches us a revolutionary idea. True worth comes from within, not from the external opinions of others. A Stoic man is self-sufficient. He finds joy, fulfillment, and self-respect without relying on anyone else's validation. This isn't about becoming isolated or shutting out those who bring value to your life. It's about knowing that you are complete as you are. Imagine this. When you no longer seek external validation, your interactions with others become more genuine, more authentic. Women are drawn to men who are confident, who stand firm in their own identity, and who don't need constant affirmation to feel good about themselves. This quality of emotional resilience is magnetic. The Stoic approach doesn't suggest that you should reject relationships or avoid the natural human desire for connection. Instead, it teaches you to approach relationships from a position of strength, not neediness. When you find joy within yourself, you bring a sense of fulfillment and value to every relationship, instead of hoping that someone else will complete you. This is the power of Stoic self-sufficiency. It's the realization that you are whole and enough, just as you are. Remember the words of the ancient philosopher Epictetus. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you stop seeking validation, you take control of your life. You stop giving power to external opinions and start shaping your own path. This transformation leads to a profound sense of inner strength. A man who is self-sufficient doesn't need validation to feel validated. He validates himself. So, as you embark on this journey of self-improvement, ask yourself, are you depending on others to fill the gaps in your self-worth? Or are you already whole, finding strength and confidence from within? The Stoic man is self-sufficient, emotionally resilient, and fully capable of bringing authentic value to the world, especially in relationships. If you are ready to embrace this mindset, comment, "I am enough as I am," below to affirm your commitment to self-sufficiency and inner strength. By developing self-sufficiency, you embody one of the greatest virtues of Stoicism, inner strength, and set yourself on a path to becoming the best version of yourself. Keep striving, and remember, true power comes from within. Number 6. Develop a sense of humor. Too often, the nice guy overlooks humor as an essential element in building real, lasting attraction. It's true that kindness and thoughtfulness are crucial, but sometimes these traits alone aren't enough to foster deep, genuine connections. The Stoics knew the power of lightheartedness and how humor could not only ease tension, but also help people bond in ways that seriousness and politeness never could. Humor isn't about always cracking jokes or forcing laughter. Rather, it's about cultivating an atmosphere of ease, where life doesn't feel as heavy. In the world of dating and relationships, a man who doesn't take himself too seriously is someone who can move past awkwardness and discomfort, even in difficult or stressful situations. This ability to lighten the mood is a form of confidence, a confidence rooted in emotional maturity. Humor also reveals a man's character. When a man can laugh at himself without being self-deprecating or insecure, he showcases a profound level of self-awareness and resilience. This emotional maturity is undeniably attractive. Women are drawn to men who are fun to be around, who can bring joy into their lives and create a space where they can truly relax and be themselves. The Stoics understood that the best form of humor is authentic. It's not a tool to manipulate or win favor, but rather a natural extension of one's personality. The humor of a Stoic man is grounded in his wisdom, his humility, and his sense of peace with the world. It's about being present and enjoying the moment, not trying to impress others with something that feels forced or inauthentic. So, the next time you find yourself on a date or meeting someone new, remember that humor can be one of your greatest allies. Don't worry about trying to tell the perfect joke or make everyone laugh just for the sake of impressing them. Instead, focus on enjoying the moment and sharing a genuine laugh. It's the shared moments of humor that create strong, unbreakable connections. A well-timed laugh, A witty remark or a light-hearted comment can break down walls, make people feel comfortable, and create an atmosphere of openness. As Stoic philosopher Seneca said, a cheerful soul is the most powerful force in the world. Humor is not just a tool for attraction, it's a reflection of your ability to live freely and joyfully, to find joy in the small moments of life. Remember, when you don't take yourself too seriously, you allow others to feel more comfortable around you, which naturally leads to better connections. So let go of the idea that you need to be perfect, and embrace humor as a part of your journey to being your authentic Stoic self. Number 7. Being nice isn't everything. Being nice isn't everything, and many well-meaning men fall into the trap of thinking that their kindness alone will unlock the door to a romantic relationship. This mindset, although rooted in good intentions, often leads to disappointment. Stoicism teaches us that true virtue lies in acting with integrity and purpose, not with the expectation of a specific outcome. While being respectful, polite, and considerate are admirable qualities, they do not guarantee romantic attraction. Women may appreciate a nice man as a great friend, a good listener, and a source of comfort, but they don't necessarily see him as a romantic partner. The spark of attraction is about more than just being nice. It's about building chemistry and creating the kind of tension that fosters a deeper connection. If your only approach is to be nice in the hopes of earning affection, it may come across as manipulative, like you're trying to win someone over through calculated gestures. A Stoic man knows that true kindness should be selfless, not motivated by the hope of receiving something in return. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, taught that we should always act with good intentions, regardless of the results. If you're only kind in the hope of gaining something, your actions may lack sincerity. Real kindness is about doing what's right, regardless of the response you receive. Instead of fixating on being the nice guy, focus on developing other qualities that form a more well-rounded, attractive personality. Confidence, assertiveness, and a clear sense of purpose are traits that complement kindness and create a more dynamic and appealing character. For example, if you're always doing nice things for someone without expressing your romantic interest or showing your desires, she may view you as a friend, not a potential partner. However, if you combine kindness with the confidence to be clear about your intentions, you'll create the possibility of a deeper connection. In summary, kindness alone won't win a woman's heart, especially when it's tied to expectations. By embracing Stoic principles and acting with virtue for its own sake, you'll be more genuine in your relationships, building meaningful connections that are based on true integrity and self-awareness. If you're ready to stop hiding behind just being nice and start embracing true Stoic virtues, take the first step now. Real kindness, confidence, and integrity will set you apart. If you believe in this shift, drop a comment saying, "I'm ready to be more than just nice. I'm ready to grow." Like this video, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And remember, your actions should always reflect your purpose, not your expectations. Number 8, don't just wait for a chance. Stop waiting for a chance and start creating one. Are you constantly letting her call the shots, waiting for her to notice you, to make the first move? It's a mistake most nice guys make. They invest time and effort, but sit back and hope that the woman will take the lead. The truth is, most women find it appealing when a man steps up, takes charge, and shows confidence. If you're always waiting in the wings, chances are you'll remain invisible. Confidence is magnetic, and by showing that you can take the reins, you project a strength that others admire. Imagine you've been eyeing a woman, thinking about her constantly, and positioning yourself nearby, all while hoping she'll recognize your worth and make the first move. But here's the hard truth. You're surrendering your happiness to someone else. This isn't just about love. It's about taking charge of your life. The Stoics knew this well. Life doesn't wait for you, and neither should you. Don't let yourself fall into the trap of being passive. The Stoics taught that we should take full responsibility for our actions and decisions and never leave anything to chance. It's time for you to take initiative, to take the lead. Even if the result isn't what you expected, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that you gave it your all. The fear of rejection is powerful, but remember, Inaction is the real killer. By stepping forward, you're not just showing interest, you're showing courage, resilience, and the willingness to risk for what you desire. These are the core principles of growth. Let's say you're at a party and you spot someone you're drawn to. Don't hide in the corner waiting for her to notice you. Walk up to her with confidence, introduce yourself, and spark a conversation. This isn't about being aggressive, it's about showing genuine interest and taking control of your own fate. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and release what we can't. You control your actions, you can't control her reaction. By taking the initiative, you're exercising self-reliance and courage, vital elements of Stoic philosophy. This isn't just about dating, it's about life. Each time you make a bold decision, you reduce anxiety, reclaim your agency, and increase your confidence in all aspects of life. Even if things don't go as planned, you gain valuable experience and reinforce your commitment to living by your principles. Being a nice guy isn't about being passive, it's about being kind, strong, and assertive when necessary. So, the next time you're in a situation, don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the lead. Be courageous, embrace Stoic wisdom, and know that even if things don't turn out as expected, you've taken control of your path and aligned your actions with your core values. You don't build a life of strength by waiting. You build it by acting with intention. Each step you take with courage makes you a better version of yourself. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take charge, show confidence, and make your move. Life rewards action, not passivity. If you're ready to take control of your fate, drop a comment below. I take charge of my destiny. Like this video, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and remember, true strength comes from action, not hesitation. Number 9. Be purpose-driven, not validation-driven. Sesum. Stop chasing approval. Too often, nice guys, those who seek validation from others, find themselves trapped in a cycle of trying to please everyone around them. They yearn for admiration, approval, or the fleeting satisfaction of being liked. This neediness, disguised as kindness, might seem harmless, but it's deeply unattractive. The more you strive for validation, the more you dilute your true self, and people can sense that insecurity. In contrast, the Stoic man follows a higher calling. He is driven by purpose, not by the desire to be noticed. His actions are not dependent on external validation, but anchored in his own goals, values, and unshakable principles. Purpose is the very thing that makes him stand out. When you are focused on a mission, whether that mission is personal growth, career advancement, or mastering a craft, you no longer need to rely on the opinions of others to measure your worth. You become self-sufficient, a man with a life of his own, a man who is always moving forward with intention. This magnetic confidence isn't about trying to impress anyone. It's about becoming so certain of your path that others can't help but be drawn to your strength. Women are attracted to men who have direction, who don't need external validation to feel complete. A man who knows where he's going and stays true to that path commands respect. You don't need to please everyone to be appealing. When you live with purpose, your energy shifts from seeking affection to radiating strength. The Stoics understood this well. As Seneca, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you become the master of your own journey, you exude confidence and power, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you have already decided who you are and where you're going. This purpose-driven life is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are aligned with their own inner values and goals. They sense authenticity in your actions, and they respect you for being true to yourself. So stop seeking approval. Be the man who stands firm in his values, the one who commands respect, and the one who doesn't need validation from others to feel whole. As you walk through life with purpose, you will encounter individuals who will admire and follow you, whether it's women drawn to your strength or colleagues who respect your direction. You will be the type of man others look to for guidance, not because you sought their approval, but because you lived your life in a way that inspired respect. And now, it's your turn. If you're ready to stop living for validation and start living with purpose, leave a comment below. Declare it to the world. I am a man driven by purpose, not by validation. Hit that like button, subscribe for more powerful wisdom, and remember, your journey begins with mastering yourself. Number 10. Cultivate emotional control. Emotional control is one of the most powerful tools in the Stoic toolkit, and it's something that many men, especially those who label themselves as nice guys, often overlook. These men tend to become overly emotional in romantic situations, letting their feelings drive their actions. Whether it's disappointment from unreturned feelings or frustration after putting in effort with little result, these emotional reactions can create unnecessary tension and anxiety. However, Stoicism offers a way out by teaching us that while emotions are a natural part of life, they should never control us. Instead, we must take charge of them and respond with logic and reason. The key distinction here is understanding that emotional control doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending you don't feel anything. That's not the Stoic approach. Instead, it's about creating space between feeling and action. Rather than reacting impulsively to a situation, the Stoic way is to pause, breathe, and evaluate what's truly happening. Ask yourself, what is the logical response to this? Or, how would I act if I weren't swept up by my emotions? This creates a space for thoughtful action instead of reactive behavior, which in turn enhances your relationships and overall life satisfaction. Think about it. When you're in control of your emotions, you're also in control of your actions. That gives you the ability to respond to life's challenges with a clear mind. Rejection, for example, may sting momentarily, but it doesn't need to dictate your next steps. A Stoic understands that rejection isn't a reflection of his worth. It's simply a part of life. Instead of letting it spiral into self-doubt or resentment, you can approach it calmly and with perspective, seeing it as an opportunity for growth rather than a setback. This level of emotional maturity doesn't just make you more attractive to others, it makes you a more powerful individual. People are naturally drawn to those who maintain composure, even in difficult situations. You become someone others can rely on for steady guidance, rather than someone who is easily swayed by their emotions. When you demonstrate emotional control, you set the stage for more balanced, meaningful connections. Remember, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This is the essence of Stoic emotional control. While we can't control what happens to us, we always have the power to decide how we react. By mastering this skill, you not only improve your romantic relationships, but also your overall emotional resilience, making you a stronger and more attractive individual in all aspects of life. So, the next time you face a challenge, take a moment to breathe and choose your response thoughtfully. It will not only enhance your emotional well-being, but also increase your ability to connect with others in a meaningful and mature way. Number 11. Avoid falling too quickly. Have you ever noticed how you might feel an instant connection with every attractive woman you meet? This is a trap many men, especially those who pride themselves on being nice guys, often fall into. The thrill of meeting someone new, especially someone physically appealing, can cloud your judgment, pushing you to commit too soon without truly getting to know the person. However, the reality is that most women you encounter, no matter how striking they may be, won't be the right fit for you. Yet, many men allow their initial attraction to dictate their actions, letting excitement and sometimes desperation take the reins. Here's the crucial point. Women aren't typically drawn to men who fall head over heels at the drop of a hat. They meet numerous men who are immediately captivated by their beauty, rushing to flatter them with compliments or offer unsolicited favors. What truly sparks a woman's interest is a man who remains composed, a man who doesn't give in to their charm instantly. And this is where Stoic wisdom comes into play. The Stoics, with their focus on rationality and self-control, teach us that emotions should not drive our decisions. When you meet someone attractive, it's easy to be swept up in a wave of excitement. Yet a Stoic would urge you to pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, is this person truly someone I want to invest in, or am I merely reacting to their physical allure? Take a moment to imagine yourself at a party. You meet a woman who catches your eye, she's stunning, and your instinct might be to shower her with compliments in hopes of impressing her. But instead of rushing into this, take a Stoic approach. Engage her in meaningful conversation. Ask about her values, interests, and aspirations, and see if they align with yours. This approach, driven by genuine curiosity and respect, sets you apart from the many men who fall in love at first sight without truly understanding the person before them. It also allows for the cultivation of a deeper connection, one based on mutual respect, rather than a fleeting, superficial attraction. Remember, true attraction isn't about physical beauty alone. It's about discovering someone who resonates with your core values and shares a similar vision for the future. So, the next time you find yourself feeling that rush of attraction, take a step back, reflect, channel your inner Stoic, and practice patience. By doing so, you'll not only make wiser, more thoughtful decisions, but you'll also lay the foundation for relationships that are stronger, more meaningful, and far more fulfilling. Remember, self-control, patience, and mindfulness in these situations will not only protect you from the pitfalls of superficial attraction, but will also enhance your ability to build deep, lasting connections. As the Stoics often remind us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. By applying this mindset to your approach to relationships, you can focus on quality over quantity, ensuring that each connection you pursue is built on genuine, lasting value. So let us embrace this wisdom, and in doing so, enrich our lives with connections that truly matter. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you've been following along, I hope you've picked up some valuable insights about applying Stoic principles to love and relationships. It's not always easy, but by living with integrity, wisdom, and moderation, you can truly transform the way you connect with others. The key takeaway here is that being nice isn't everything. It's about being authentic, grounded, and wise in your actions. Stoicism teaches us that real attraction doesn't come from trying to be something we're not, but from staying true to who we are and living with purpose. By embracing these Stoic teachings, you can create deeper, more meaningful connections without relying on superficial gestures. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future insights on Stoicism, love, and personal growth. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any feedback, questions, or want to dive deeper into today's topic, feel free to leave a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going and support each other on this journey. Remember, the Stoic path isn't just about understanding. It's about applying wisdom in our daily lives, especially in how we interact with others. So stay strong, stay wise, and keep pushing forward. Life is a journey, and with Stoicism as your guide, you'll build relationships that are both fulfilling and meaningful. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.